All right, happy Tuesday night, everybody. I think it's Tuesday. Welcome on into the Hat Creek Interior Studios, keeping the West alive through great Western furniture, dedicated to delivering a superior customer experience. HatCreek.us, the website. They ship anywhere in the known universe. Check out their website and check out their showroom in Lubbock, 10101 South Slide Road. All right, we got stuff to do tonight. Texas Tech football. What's your storyline going into the weekend? A non-storyline weekend. Everybody's looking ahead to Tech in Utah. So what's the storyline for Tech in Oregon State? Oregon State, bereft of very much talent, bereft of ability to play very good football. A 3.5 touchdown underdog coming into Lubbock. And I think that line's probably mispriced just a little bit. So, what's your storyline? What do you want to see and why? Tuesday's best. Every Tuesday, we give you a topic. You give us your two best examples. We're talking tailgating. 3 straight home games to start the year for the Red Raiders. Your tailgating has been epic. Today, though, take Lubbock out of the mix. The two best tailgates you've been to away from the Hubaplex. Where would that be? And why? And then finally, are the Chiefs and Mahomes, are they on the inevitable NFL decline? After not quite a decade of supremacy in the AFC, but doing what they do. Are they on the decline? Or is their demise overstated after a loss in Brazil to the Chargers of Los Angeles? You tell us tonight. Jump in on the United Supermarkets chat line. There is one supermarket that supports Texas Tech and puts their name on Texas Tech. And then there's one in town that takes your money and puts it on stuff down in Austin. You make the decision with your wallet. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt. TheRaiderland.com, the website. Get in every day. Start your day with our Raiderland hot links brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker out of Post, Texas. They'll handle all of your processing needs this fall, this winter, and they just got great meats there. That's what they do. It's like old school. It's like old time. You step back in West Texas history when you go to Jackson Brothers Meat Locker in Post. Also brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. Kevin McAlpin, a great Red Raider, has worked with Texas Tech athletes for nigh on 3 decades, I guess. I'm trying to make him as old as me. Actually, yeah, as old as me. If your back's out of whack, don't call it quack, call Kevin Mack. Not his slogan, but hey, weekend warrior guys, you've been doing a lot of projects this fall, trying to get things going on. Everything is happening, and you're not feeling so good. Hey, give Kevin McAlpin a holler, all right? Also by Ultra Exteriors and our good friend Warren Taylor there. It's exteriors, but it's also interiors. It really is. So, did they just get done doing a friend of mine's roof? Yes, they did. Gutters? Absolutely. Window treatments after all the hailstorms and everything, make those look good? They can do that. What about a kitchen or a bathroom remodel? Bingo. Ultra Exteriors works on the inside. Caller man Warren Taylor there. Ultra Exteriors in Lubbock. All right, let's go. Happy Tuesday. Let's have some fun tonight. Hold on. First one in on the United Supermarkets chat line. Trace, we're doing this? What are we doing? Sometimes I'm afraid to ask. But yes, we are doing this. All right, so storyline for Tech and Oregon State. I said on Saturday during the rewind that I was going to say Oklahoma State a couple of times. It's black and orange, OSU, all that stuff. So what's the storyline you want? What do you want to see this weekend for Texas Tech? How long do you want the starters to play? Do you want Texas Tech to be tested? Do you want the Red Raiders to face a little bit of adversity? As we said, as they said in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, we a bit of peril. It's just a bit of peril. Oh no, Sir Bedivere, we cannot allow that. So, what is it that you want to play out this weekend? I said I think the line's mispriced. I think Texas Tech wins this thing by closer to 30 than 23. Fill in the blank on how you want to do that. Tyler, storyline. And then he stops as if somebody attacked him there on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. For those of you who are not following us on Twitter, at Ryan Hyatt Media. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. Everything free all the time. So jump in all the platforms, share with your friends, invite them in. Yes, storyline. And then nothing happened. Now I'm worried about Tyler. So we got all that today, and then we do have the tailgating topic. So tailgating really exploded in Lubbock at Texas Tech in the early 2000s. About the time they were doing the original expansion renovation of Jones Stadium, following Spike Dykes' departure. Hey, he got fired, but they didn't fire him. Mike Leach gets hired, says, "Hey, we got to do some things," and they start that. So it was really around 2000 to 2002. They were beginning to build the Marcia Sharp Freeway. They had that Town and Country Shopping Center torn up across the way. It was bedlam. It was Baghdad over there. Free camping, free parking. People would be piling in. Me and Don Williams doing the old Williams and Hyatt show there at the Double G shop on the north side of Jones Stadium. Y'all remember that place? The little bitty, just, it seems so quaint now. The Double T shop, 2 P's, 1 E. We do the show there, and you can see people just filing in, mayhem beginning to ensue. But I asked today, for those of you who've been able to go to other places, the 2 best spots outside of the Hubaplex that you've gone tailgating. Where's that been? You know, for the fans who have gone to the Grove at Ole Miss, the legendary Grove at Ole Miss, you know, where are those places? Other places around the Big 12? You tell me. Give me something. All right, Tyler. That damn send button is too close to the keyboard. He's still working on the storyline. Joseph, away we go. Want Tech to be tested early, then get serious, come out fighting, and blow them away in the second half. So what Joe is prescribing a game scenario that would have Texas Tech fans rioting in the streets. If Oregon State comes in and plays Texas Tech close in the first half, is that what you're saying? That Texas Tech and Oregon State are in a battle for the first 20 minutes of the game or something? My God, that's not going to be good. Things will get ugly. People will go to the tailgate and not come back. What do you want to see? What do you want to see this weekend? Texas Tech, Oregon State. Our man Dan on Twitter, you know, he was bemoaning earlier today the fans that are just looking past Oregon State and not taking things one game at a time. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. You guys can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You guys can look ahead to Utah. You can look ahead to Kansas State. I know, West Virginia. None of what you do as fans matters on the inside of the building. Please let me restate that again. None of what you guys do as fans, what you are concerned about, love, anything, all this stuff, and on these shows and message boards and everything else, the only thing that matters is what goes on inside the football building, okay? I think you guys are smart enough to know. Trace on Facebook, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Want to see consistent, controlled game execution. He used the word execution, followed by a commanding lead at the end of the third. Backups play the fourth. All right, I kind of like what we're talking about here. You control the entire game. There are different ways to control a game. Scoreboard, or sometimes you can be in control of the game and you're only like up 10 or 13. But really, you're watching the game play out. You're watching the game script go. And you go, yeah, this team is completely in control regardless of what the score says. No worries about the outcome. So you move that way through the first half, through the third. I do want to see Baron Morton, that offense. I want to see the entire offense out there for the third quarter. Whether you're up 10 or 50, they need to play a third quarter. This is the game to do it. Backups in the fourth. Nothing wrong with backups. Tailgate at Houston Texans game. Some of the best people, especially if you're wearing an opponent's jersey, a great party. All right, so Trace, I don't know your NFL team. What's your NFL team? Is it Cowboys or something? I don't know. Never been to a tailgate down there at energy or whatever we're calling it these days. No, no clue what the tailgate scene is down there in Houston on that. Meanwhile, Jeff on YouTube, Bright Eyed Raiderland free. Give us thumbs up, share it, all that good stuff. I'll be attending that function Saturday in Lubbock. What happened? Where did the comment go? Hold on. All of a sudden, just like a comment just disappeared. Seriously? Huh. Like a comment just disappeared. Thing I most want Saturday, says Jeff, is to come out healthy and be ready to beat Utah. All right. Well, yeah, and that's the Utah game, and that's everything. Come on, give me more than that. Give me more than that. Be a better commenter. I want world peace and free watermelon and happiness. All right, there we go. There's the comment. I'll be attending that function Saturday in Lubbock. First football game back in many moons. Tech plays at least 3 quarters, maybe more, so we might be in for mid-60s to 10-ish. I would like to think Oregon State can provide a little bit stiffer test than that. I would take absolutely upper 40s, low 50s to around 13, 17. I mean, if you gave up 14 last week, and I know second half backups, everything else. If I gave you 48 to 14 right now, would you take it? Dan, the Grove at Ole Miss lives up to the hype. SEC tailgating, SEC co-eds. West Virginia is fantastic. Fans are unnervingly friendly and the best tailgate food I've ever had. Really, tell me more about West Virginia and the best tailgate food you've ever had. I've only been at West Virginia during basketball season. I've been there 4 times, I think, over the years with basketball, and I don't think I ever saw the sunshine. Everything is gray in Morgantown. The concrete is gray, the ground is gray, the sky is gray. Trey's Tampa Bay. All right. Hardy Nickerson jersey, everybody. We got Hardy Nickerson. Long story on the Tampa Bay deal. It probably has something to do with the Navy, I'm guessing, if I were guessing. Jan jumps in. We're talking, by the way, Tuesday's Best, your 2 favorite tailgate places outside of Lubbock, outside of Texas Tech. What's your storyline for Saturday? What do you want to see, and how do you want to see it play out? I mean, obviously you want Tech to win. Obviously you want Tech to be healthy. Yeah, we get that, okay? I want my kids to be smart and happy and secure. And we can do NFL anytime you want to. Knee deep in it over the weekend. The Chiefs are not dead yet. Now, they do have some issues. The NFL is designed to create issues. I think the run game is still problematic. But the idea that the Chiefs can't win the AFC #1 seed, although week 1 gave us, I hate the way the NFL did the scheduling. I hated all the division games. They should be played later in the year. But what we saw on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, not last night. Last night didn't impact anything. But what we saw on Sunday night, yeah, the Bills took a huge step in getting that #1 overall seed. They now have the tiebreak over Baltimore, obviously, and they've got a 1-game lead over Kansas City going into week 2. But the Chiefs ain't dead yet. Meanwhile, back in the United Supermarkets chat line, the Air Force Academy did tailgating upright in the 1980s before other schools knew about tailgating. Fascinating. For those who don't know, Tech played at Air Force in like 81 or so, somewhere in through there. And then they played here in 82. Fisher DeBerry, the head coach at Air Force. Then in the 90s, tailgating converged free parking lot, and EJ and Dave Parks made the rounds and played catch with the kids. We're talking about Tech tailgating right now. Tailgated at OU a couple of times and was harassed by OU fans. Not fun, and parking was expensive. So there you go. Tailgating history according to Jeff. David Collier, KMAC 28 sports director. Must be done with the TV. 644, I guess he is. Recorded. Did you already do promos? Huh? Do promos and everything? Got the promos done? Hold on. My camera is all jacked up tonight. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's get that fixed up a little bit. Good heavens. The headroom was ridiculous right there. Who's the floor manager? Jerry. Good help is hard to find. Floor manager, floor director, horrible. I would like to make it up to the press box after I do halftime scores to get some ice cream. Got those little bitty ice cream bars there in the press box. They're really nice, really good. They have the Nutty Buddies. Can't remember if they have the Nutty Buddies in there, but the ice cream sandwiches are great. They also have the little ice cream cups with the little spoon that you get. That's good. Jeff, does Major League Baseball count as tailgating? Quick survey says absolutely. If it's a sporting event and you're in a parking lot and you're eating and having fun, atmosphere outside Fenway Park is insane. And if you get into the Wall Bar, even better. The Wall Bar. Huh. No, I've never tailgated at a. Well, that's not true. We used to tailgate at Tech Baseball even back in the 1990s and early 2000s. But I'm talking Tech Baseball. In the old Quack Shack parking lot back in the day when you could do that. Best tailgating away from Lubbock, Texas. Chiefs Mahomes. On the decline or not, you tell me why or why not. Your Tech storyline for Oregon State. What do you want to see? I want to see Baron Morton play three quarters. I want to see Virgil, Carter, Aiken play three quarters. I want to see that offensive line play three quarters. One short yardage situation and show me just a wrinkle. All right? A little counter action, a little G-block kick out. Give me a little something for Utah to look at and go, oh, they bring the motion back and then they counter out of that. Oh, that'll have the people who've been freaking out about the short yardage last week, give them something to do. Joseph says, I feel for Oregon State. When the Pac-12 imploded, they were all dressed up, nowhere to go. I don't feel for Oregon State. I don't feel for anybody, because here's the deal. Oregon State's been around for 100-plus years. Okay? Washington State, been around for 100-plus years. They have great graduates. They have great jobs. Those people have money. They could have invested in their schools and their programs over the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They chose not to. Now, the reasons could be that they felt like it was a stacked and rigged game, that it would never matter. They'd never catch up to USC, UCLA. They'd never catch up to Washington. Wouldn't matter. Can't hang with Oregon stuff, so we're not going to do it. But the bottom line is every school has had the exact same opportunity as Texas Tech or other schools to invest and do whatever they needed to do. Texas Tech started doing it really on a major scale in 1999-2000. They fired Spike Dykes even though they didn't fire him. Hired Mike Leach, tripled the recruiting budget, started the expansion on Jones Stadium, began building and investing in facilities, kept moving on that through different coaches, different reasons, built the Athletic Performance Center, built the Womble in basketball, did all these things. So when I see people saying, I feel for Oregon State, there's nothing that Oregon State couldn't have done that Texas Tech didn't do or did. They chose not to. Their choice. FAFO. The bottom line is a lot of these programs, a lot of these schools, a lot of these institutions and major conferences live like they would be taken care of by the other schools in perpetuity. That means forever if you're from Muleshoe. That they thought, hey, as long as we're in the Pac-12, we'll get money and we can play and we can compete, and we really don't care if we win. We're just happy to be here. And now they're not there. Their choice, their problem. Joseph, don't feel bad for Oregon State. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Dan, West Virginia had a whole hog barbecue and bacon mac and cheese. So good. West Virginia folks are a lot like West Texas. Yeah, but we have teeth and dental care. I think my text disappeared, said David Collier. I'm looking back, and I think your text disappeared. But I bet it was good. You know? But it was good. JC, best tailgating in Lubbock was at Reese, hanging out with buddies stationed prior to the 80s air show. Ooh, those air shows are really cool. Saw one of the last ones they had in the early 90s. Golly, they had a Blackbird SR-71. Couldn't get close to it, had it roped off. It was really cool. Timbo, it's just a little harmless beaver in a Monty Python accent, I think. I think they could get it together Saturday. I think they could get it together. Who? Oregon State can get it together Saturday? No, they don't have anything to get together. There's nothing to get together. Trey's too early in the season for Mahomes, but I don't understand their offensive identity. Here's the offensive identity. Rashee Rice is suspended. Without that, they can't stretch the field. Xavier Worthy is not rendered impotent, but you don't get the full effect. Travis Kelce is as old as me and you, Trace, and he runs like I did in high school, and that ain't good. The offensive line is still, I think, okay, but not great, and there's no run game in order to force anybody to put an extra man in the box. Therefore, they take away everything underneath right now, and you can't stretch the field. So what do? That ain't good. That's a bad combination in the NFL. Until they can get the run game right, until they can stretch the field by getting Rashee Rice back out there, it is a very pedestrian offense. That's the identity right now. The identity of the Chiefs, though, for the last 3 years is defense first. Try to have long drives, win with defense. Win by scoring 24, 27 points a game. You didn't get that this week, did you? That's the margin they play with right now. JC, Utah will get a handful of plays on tape to waste time on. We won't see again until BYU or something. Oh, so you're saying it's all about the Mormons. They're game planning just for the Mormons. Yeah, I see what you're doing there. I feel for them, but just can't reach them. Everybody, a little golf clap there for Joseph. By the way, everybody, I want you to do the power of 5. 5 people tonight. Just 5 people watching this show, watching this broadcast. You can do it right now. You can go on the Facebook page for McAlpin Chiropractic, and you tell them thanks for being a part of Raiderland. United Supermarkets, Hat Creek Interiors. We're in the Hat Creek Interiors studios right now. See the sign right there? Boom. Hat Creek Interiors. Down on the bottom, Hat Creek Interiors Studios, hatcreek.us. They deliver anywhere in the known universe, as much as we can. 5 people every night. Go to our sponsors. You know who they are. Tell them thanks on social media. Huge. You can do it right now. Come back and say, hey, we just did it. James, I want to see Tech defense win at the secondary with no doubt. I don't know that we're going to get a chance to see that this week, James, just that I think, again, the defensive front's going to be so dominant that it takes away the ability of a team like Oregon State to challenge you downfield. I don't think we get to see that until Utah Big 12 play. Then we'll know real quick. Jeff, I want to see the offensive line dominate. I want to see a kick return for a TD, no penalties. I mean, that's what we're reduced to this week. Joey McGuire doing his best. Head coach, I got to find something to talk about. Dadgummit, we got these 4 penalties on returns, and we got to clean up they're sitting there in the coach's office going, we got to find something to talk about. Bad. Coach, we got the penalties. Oh, that's good. Yeah, we can talk about the penalties. I want to see 50-plus points. I think you'll get close. I keep seeing this thing playing out around 47 to 52, right in through there. And I want to come out healthy. Is that better? Yes, Jeff, you have knocked it out of the park on storylines for Saturday. Worthy can stretch the field talking about Kansas City again, but your girl's baby daddy took him out. Took him out. Took him out. Take him out. Worthy can't stretch the field right now by himself because there's nobody else that's going to garner two deep help. And he really can't do it by himself. He's got to have the Chiefs always have had two guys when they were really able to blow the top off the secondary, top off the defense. They've always had two guys that could force you to choose one side or the other, even going back to Tyreek Hill. With only Worthy, he really can't do that. I like Worthy running reverses and coming out of the slot in the backfield, actually. Jet sweeps, things like that. I'd like to see him get the ball that way. Flatland Sports jumping in. I feel for Oregon State fans, the university did it to themselves. Well, yeah, but the fans are the university. The fans are the ones who write the checks. The fans could have demanded more over the last 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. But they don't. They don't care. It wasn't important. The only school I've ever seen really truly get out of that trap was Baylor. Baylor at the demise of the Southwest Conference in the end days of Grant Taft, competitive into the early 90s, mid 90s, and then the Dave Roberts era and things obviously, begin to slide into just not mediocrity, just laughable football. And at that time, Baylor was just cashing checks, taking the Big 12 checks. They were into track, for a little bit baseball. They were into all sorts of non-revs, and they were just cashing checks. And it wasn't until Art Briles got down there that they finally got serious about actually trying to do something with football. And Drayton McClain woke up. A couple of other corporate donors and sponsors basically woke up and realized we were lucky to get in, and we could be left behind if something doesn't change. And they changed their attitude there. Gosh, what, 20 years, not 20 years ago now, but get the idea. That's the only school that I've really seen go from the depths of just eating and riding to say, you know what, we're going to try to be an actual player in this deal. And they invested. Every school like Oregon State that's out there today, they could have done that. 100%. Oregon State school. Oregon, fairly large state. It's kind of blocky, rectangular. Jane, maybe the Cowboys can trade Lamb to Kansas City for picks. Jerry would consider it. See, because if he trades CeeDee Lamb for picks, then he can say, just like getting rid of Micah Parsons makes us a better defense, getting rid of CeeDee Lamb makes us a better offense. Now, you guys just don't understand. But if we can get rid of CeeDee Lamb, we'll be better offensively. Jeff, thanks Hat Creek for supporting the show on their Facebook page. Show is a godsend for those of us outside of West Texas. I appreciate that, Jeff. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and I know Hat Creek does. And I'm serious about, hey, anytime you guys are in town, you got to go by their showroom. It's amazing, cool Western style furniture. You don't have to own a ranch to, outfit your house or your office like you own a ranch. It's cool that way. But they're great people. Corey Flanagan and everybody over at Hat Creek Interior. Thanks for doing that, Jeff, showing the way the power of 5. Oh, this is good. I saw it before I brought it up. You guys might have seen it in the queue. Oregon State, damned if they do, damned if they don't. The restraint, even through the first 2 days that y'all have shown on the Beaver jokes, has been fantastic. Very impressive. Very impressive. Like Oregon State, why isn't Buc-ee's a sponsor? Seriously. Why isn't Buc-ee's? I know there are no Buc-ee's out there, but why isn't Buc-ee's a sponsor? I could help them out a little bit, right? Something. Like when Tech and Oregon State play, it could be like the Buc-ee's something, the Bucky bucket, the Bucky nugget bucket, something. That's the problem. Those folks out there don't think creatively like we do here in West Texas. Damned if they do, damned if they don't. A couple minutes left. Get your storylines in. Tech, what do you want to see? Chiefs, Mahomes, thoughts, anything on that? Best tailgating outside of Lubbock. You know, David Carter's been everywhere, but like everybody else in the media and everything, we never get to go to the actual tailgates or do anything fun or get to see any of it. You guys are the ones who get to do it. We get to walk by it, wistfully looking over there going, yeah, that looks pretty good. We don't ever get to actually, you know, partake in any of that stuff. At least the people who actually work, like David Collier. Quick question. How many of y'all know what orzo is? You want to know what orzo is? ORZO? Orzo? Anyone? Bueller? Trey's probably the only one. All right. We want you guys to share this, invite people in. Yeah, walked by the Grove, not through the Grove, but by the Grove. There at Ole Miss. Want you to share this. We're going to post it on the website here in a little bit, theraiderland.com. Obviously, you guys can already put it out there on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Subscribe to the Facebook page. Don't cost nothing for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Same thing on YouTube, man. Everybody, I want to go through 1,000 on the subscriber list by the end of the football season. Starts, though, right now. You guys got us over 500 back in the summer. Let's keep inviting people in and get it going. They're on our YouTube channel for Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Tomorrow, What If Wednesday, brought to you by the Shropshire Insurance Agency. When you have Shropshire Insurance, you'll never have to wonder what if. But on Wednesdays, we ask the what if questions in the world of sports or otherwise. A little alt history. What could have been difference? Could have been difference? Could have been different, or differences that could have happened in the world of history. That's going to be on the website in the morning, along with our Raiderland hot links, the freshest and hottest links from Raiderland and beyond, brought to you by Jackson Brothers Meat Locker down in Post, Texas. All right, a couple more before we get out of here. Complete dominance from the offensive line. In the words of Cody Campbell, they will. Don't worry about this offensive line. All right? Don't worry about this offensive line. This offensive line is fine. All right, you guys are good. We appreciate it. We're going to hit you on Twitter tonight. We're going to repost all this stuff on social media, and we'll be with you in the morning. Thanks again to David Collier, KMAC 28 Sports Director, jumping in, your ABC affiliate here in the Hubaplex. Watch him. I guess he's on the desk tonight. Maybe. I don't know. It's Tuesday. No, this may be the off day. I lose track of what day of the week it is and which of my friends are off or on a given day during the week. So anyhow, watch Channel 28 locally. Either way, whether he's on or not, I'm sure it'll be a fine quality video sportscast in living color and high definition where available. We'll see you in the morning, theraiderland.com.